Hey, Ray Halbrook here with Main Street Sports. Hope everybody's having a good day here. We continue with another preview of girls basketball today. We have Alicia Robinson from the Dubourg Cavaliers on. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Awesome, awesome. We're going to recap the 21-22 season with you here. 11-15 overall record, 3-5 in the AAA Division II standings. You fell to St. Pius in the Class 3 District 4 championship game. Lost 3 seniors last year, and you've got some little bit of some revamping to do, I guess, here. Reload for the 22-23 season here. Coach Robinson, just give us a brief recap of the 21-22 season.
So after starting my first season 0-16, we came back pretty much with the attitude of win one game, and win one game became win two, win three, win four. We actually ended the season like we wanted to. We ended the season hard. We fought, and we got to a place where they have never even been. So we had a lot of goals, and we pretty much checked off all our goals except for winning districts. And couldn't be a more proud coach. We we had a great season. Great season.
Good. Good for you. Maya Gaden, we'll talk a little bit about her. She was the second on the team in points, scored rebounds last season. She's really big physical presence in the lane, wore down defenders. She did it all there. How will you be looking to fill that void created by her graduating last year?
To be honest, we don't have another Maya. There will not be another Maya. I think the kid had ice water in her veins.
Yeah,
Like she could not be rattled. Only time she was rattled is with herself. No one else could have done it.
yeah.
Um, but I got a handful of freshmen. We're actually really big this year. Last year we was more guard heavy. This year we're post heavy. So we have the size. They're just young. So
Mhm.
now we just got to try to get them to use their size, and so that's the challenge for us this year.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit also about Genesis Rhodes. She's back for another season here. An exciting player, and love seeing her play. And so talented, multi-sport athlete for the Cavaliers here. What expectations do you have for her in her senior year this year?
I just want Janice to understand that there's nobody on the floor better than her,
Hmm.
whoever we play. And once she get that in her head, she's 25 points a game. She has a little timid factor in her sometimes when she goes up to shoot, but I tell her no one's jumping as high as you, so no
Yeah,
one's blocking your balls. All you do is got to finish, kid. And once you finish, we win because honestly, the offense goes through her. I mean, Genesis is just something special.
absolutely. Uh, you talked a little bit about some freshmen and sophomores, maybe some of those underclassmen coming in here. Do you project to have a few key roles for them taking the reins for the Cavaliers?
My freshmen will play a huge part in our team this year. I got a great handful of freshmen, and we've put a handful on varsity, and they're going to have to step up in some times that when we need them. I still have my two great defenders who came back junior and senior, junior Amy, senior Jenna, my two guards. So that puts a little balance on our floor. But other than that, yeah, my freshmen will have to step up, and my sophomores are going to have to step up, which I don't see any problem with them. But yeah, we have some great freshmen came in.
Absolutely. Let's break down the AAA Division Two division here for us here a little bit. Which teams do you feel will give the Cavaliers the biggest challenge?
So my motto is we gonna win the ones we supposed to win, we're gonna lose the ones we supposed to lose, and we gotta try to win the 50-50s. So the shin is always a battle for us back and forth. We win, they win. Borgia we have not yet seen. So that's going to be a great game. I think Father told him it's going to be a great game. Cardinal Ritter is going to be like a Notre Dame game. We probably gonna get blew out, and that's just because I know the atmosphere over there because I coach
Hmm.
AU with a couple of guys over there, so
Uh-huh.
I kind of know how they work over there, and that's just because they're a little bit more athletic than we are.
Yeah.
But other than that, in our conference, since we now this year we have to play everybody once. I think we're going to get challenged the way we need to get challenged. And like I tell everybody, we could lose every game when it comes to districts. Everybody scores 0-0. Like everybody record is 0-0. So who
Right.
cares if we lose every game? As long as we learn something from each game that we lose, I'm okay with losing every game.
Absolutely. Final question for you. We'll let you go here. What can we expect from the Cavaliers in terms of style of play this season?
Um, so last year was bang bang in the post. We tried to play fast, we tried to play physical. I think this year we might have to slow it up a little bit because we're not as fast, but we definitely going to be as physical. And I think we just have to play with what we got. Defense have always been our go-to. We may not have been always offensive team, but as long as we have defense, I think we're going to stay in any game that we play.
Well, we appreciate the time catching up with you, and we'll have quite a few of your games here this season here. We're looking forward to it. Good luck to you this season, and we'll see you down the road here.
Thank you.
That is Alicia Robinson from the Dubourg Cavaliers. Hello, welcome to another episode of Main Street Sports. Ray Halbrook here with Jeremy Moss from the Grandview Eagles, the brand new coach from the Grandview Eagles. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Real good, real good. We're going to recap a little bit of the Grandview boys basketball from last season, the 21-22 season, 6-21 overall record. You lost a lot of guys to graduation this past year. 7 players, including the leading scorer, the unanimous Main Street Sports standout, Chase Wilson. And you got your work cut out for you there, Coach. I'm sure about that. But before we get started talking about the Eagles, let's talk a little bit about your background a little bit here. You joined the Eagles after coaching the Northwest Lions boys team for the past several years. For any newer viewers here, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Like you said, I've spent the last 4 years coaching for Northwest. We slowly kind of built that program up to where we had a pretty successful season last year, and I thought that the small school was going to be a great fit for me. I'm really excited to be here at Grandview and hopefully start doing the same thing and building up the program. So before I was at Northwest, I was at Festus for a few years, so I'm now in my 5th year as a head coach, 8th year overall as in the varsity mix of things. So I'm excited for year 1 here at Grandview.
Awesome. Well, the Eagles endured a very challenging season last year. What are your expectations for the team this season, and how will you measure that success?
So I try not to put any, number of wins or any number of this or that for expectations. I tell those guys our expectations are you're going to compete every day in practice. You're going to do things right, share the ball with each other, defend, rebound, the basic things that every coach preaches to their team. But we're going to do those things, and, any winning or any, successes are going to be a byproduct of what we do every day in practice. So how are we going to measure it? Are we improving? Are we improving game to game throughout the season? Even are we improving from last year to this year? Are we starting to establish a culture and a positive culture where we're all working together and have a common goal? So those are going to be some of our expectations. Maybe not measurable by statistics, but I think they're measurable when you're around these guys every day.
Yeah, excellent. The loss of Chase Wilson to graduation, it leaves several holes in the team's offensive production. How and with whom are you planning to fill that void with?
So we have 8 seniors this year. Only a couple of them actually had real varsity experience last year. So the number one guy that played a lot last year that's going to be integral for us this year, probably Levi Lalonde. He's our only true big, and he's 6'2". But he gets in the weight room, gets after it, works hard. He's our strongest guy. So he's going to be our centerpiece. Things will kind of flow through him, I would think, and he'll help us big time defensively. And he, like I said, he has the most experience coming back. My point guard, Tom Grimm, he also has a lot of varsity experience from last year. He'll handle the ball for us a lot. He'll play a lot. He can really shoot it. He's pretty crafty. So I think those two, they have the most experience. And the rest of those guys, I think we have different contributors, guys that are capable of different things. We just have yet to see, or we'll have to see, kind of how it translates and how they'll do with the speed of the varsity game, because I know a lot of them haven't had the varsity experience before. So I'm excited to see what they look like coming up here soon.
Absolutely. And we'll talk about maybe some incoming freshmen or underclassmen that you project to possibly have some key roles on the varsity roster. Do you have any this year?
Nobody that's gonna be an immediate varsity contributor. We definitely have some solid young guys. Our freshman class is pretty athletic. They work hard. Our freshman point guard is very skilled and can really do some good things on the court, but he hasn't he's not there physically yet as far as varsity goes, but he'll get there and he's going to be solid for us one day in the near future.
Excellent. Final question. We'll let you go here, Coach. What can fans expect in terms of style of play for the Grandview Eagles that they'll see from the squad this season?
Well, hopefully they see a team that's bought in and that plays for each other, not for themselves. So they're going to see us sharing the ball, hitting the open guy, passing up good shots for great shots. And then defensively, that's where I'm really trying to change the culture here. We're going to get in people. We're going to defend hard. We're going to do things right as far as boxing out, rebounding, finishing the possessions out. And then lastly, flipping back to offense, if we can take care of the ball, it's going to go a long way for us. But I think what can fans expect? A positive culture, a team that shares the ball and competes for each other and competes every possession defensively.
Awesome. Well, great to meet you and catch up with you, and welcome back to the Jefferson County JCAA small division here. And thanks for being with us today.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm excited to be back in the Jefferson County Conference. It's where I played growing up, so I'm excited to coach in it now.
Absolutely. That is
awesome.
Coach Jeremy Moss from the Grandview Eagles.
Thanks again for having me.
Appreciate it.